All you need to do is put the code in the promotional box when you go to create that cart link, and it will apply it. Also, don't forget your people who joined in December got those codes too. And I think January, isn't that right? If they joined in January? Yes. Okay. I'm seeing nods. So anyone who joined in January also is getting those codes. I have someone who just joined who wants to do a party. She joined this month and she gets those. And so I need to let her know that actually. I haven't even told her she has codes in her email. But we're going to use them for her party. So that, but then B, if you register for Super Saturday, you have the replay in your email. And I'm going to go back and rewatch. Like the doctor, like that, I loved it so much. It was like so easy to understand. I was like, he said it in our language. Like it was just, I loved it so much. But that's up for 2 weeks. And so if you want to go replay something, rewatch something, take notes on something, get screenshots of whatever, like you have 2 weeks to do it. So make sure you go and do that. And then just a few things that we want to go over really quick before we get into everyone sharing. Katie and I, it was just such a fun, relaxing time away. It's kind of sad to come home actually sometimes because it's like, oh, I gotta like do all the things, like clean my house and like everything. But also thankful I have a house to come home to. But anyway, we just had so much fun, just like dreaming and strategizing and all the things. But we talked about our weekly calls that we have, which raise your hand if you're loving those. Like I think they're an incredible tool. The new VIP call, I have already seen results in my retention from my people getting on these. So I'm like really excited about that. Um, and then the Meet Plexus calls, which are for people who haven't even joined yet. So that would be for someone who wants to come learn more about the products, about the opportunity. We do giveaways on these calls every week. They're just so good. But so we want to make things as streamlined as possible. We want to really just make things as like so that we can grow as fast as possible, and make things, I guess, as simple as possible for our teams. And so what we decided we're going to tweak with those calls is we're going to do them so just on Tuesdays. So no more new VIP on Monday after tonight. We're going to do one tonight right after this call like normal. But after this week, we're going to just do calls on Tuesday nights, to simplify it. So we're not doing like a call back to back on Monday. And then we're going to alternate. So every Tuesday, we'll have the VIP call or the Meet Plexus call, and it will alternate. And so the first and third Tuesday of the month will be the new VIP. And then the second and the fourth will be the Meet Plexus. On the months that we have a fifth Tuesday, we are going to do a stories Zoom in place of that, which we did last month when we did with Emily and Jordan and Megan Goff and Angie, though that call. So very similar to that format where just like 3, 4, 5 of us will share our health stories, and it will be like a health/business stories. And then so just still like a Meet Plexus call basically for people who haven't joined yet, but just kind of like a different format. We won't necessarily have like all those slides up that we have on the Meet Plexus calls. So we're really excited about that. And we also bumped the time back by 30 minutes just for those Eastern time zone people, because originally it was 9 p.m. Eastern and it just felt like a teensy bit too late. Cause like, I mean, I'm in bed at like 8:39, if at all possible, my time. And so I'm just thinking about like those people. And so we tweaked it just 30 minutes. And so it's going to be at 8:30 Eastern. So 8:30 to 9 for the Meet Plexus. The new VIP calls are shorter. They're more like 15, 20 minutes, but still at 8:30. So if you have questions, let us know, but that's going to be the new thing. I'll update a post on the Facebook team page and all that. Okay, so let's get into it. Lexi, do you want to go first and share? I didn't actually give anyone like a order. Lexi's going to share, Leanne's going to share, Katie's going to share. So hopefully you're okay if I just like randomly grab people. But let me get those questions up there. Okay, so I had a few questions for Lexi just to share. One, what inspired you / your favorite thing about Super Saturday? Two, what's the mindset shift that you had watching the training, and then 3, what action you're immediately going to take to grow your business as a result of what you learned. So, Lexi, go for it.
All right. So what I absolutely love, this goes for everything about Plexus, is that they spend time to actually pour into us and train us, and like they give us different opportunities to do that, not just convention, but Super Saturday. And like it's a nice refresher because just being able to take that little bit of a time and have some time to like pour into some like the products, updates, different things like that, and just kind of like pull in. I just love that about them. And it's just such a blessing in that note. But something that really inspired me was just like it's a new year. It can be a fresh start for your business, and just being able to like if you were in those like issues, hold on. Hey, will you pause that really nice? Sorry. We're in the truck. We're at dance, and so it's just kind of hard sometimes. But anyway, um I just love that like it's that fresh start and we can kind of reset in our business. And I know like sometimes like you can feel stuck and just there. And I had a really big fall in my business points this last year and watched a lot of my business just kind of go backwards. And I know that that happens, but it's also like defeating sometimes when you see your points just kind of dwindle backwards. And that paycheck just slowly start dwindling down. But it just was like a nice refresher that like I can have new beginnings and I can reset my business, and I have every intentions of doing that. And it's just such a blessing that we have an opportunity that has a great business plan that we are able to do that. Like it just takes a matter of like that mindset shift. For me, my big mindset shift would be just new year brings new fresh growth and opportunities. Sorry, I wrote down what I was going to say so I wouldn't forget. um, just knowing that I can regrow that business. And that's what I'm going to do. Like I had a whole mindset of I want to pour into my team that is working, my working team. That is my biggest priority. And just being able to like pour into them and help them grow as well as me, like, but bring them with me and not just pour into just making a whole new like growth for me. I want to pour into those that are working with me. And just I think this year I'm going to try to be better at doing that, I think, and then helping them add and grow. And then also, my biggest thing is that I've been so fixated, I think, on like growing bigger people under me, if that makes sense. And that sounds weird, but like bigger rank under me. And so this year, I'm really just going to focus on silvers. I'm really going to focus on adding silvers, like getting silvers and helping them become able to add people underneath them because that power of 3 is just key. And that's my main focus this year, that and growing my team that I already have and helping them hit those points too with me. One thing I am going to kind of focus a little bit more on, I absolutely love our calls. And I said this to you, Joanna, in a message. I love our calls, but I also have kind of pulled away from a lot of my Facebook parties. And I have realized that those really were key for me for a while there. It was working for me, and I stepped away from it. And then now I'm actually going to go back right back into doing some more Facebook parties. So I'm going to also like focusing on that and just realizing that like the simple things that you could do in the past and have worked in the past still work today. And you don't have to have like this big grand new plan to try to succeed. I got to the rank I did doing something. And so like not having to do everything all new, but adding new things with it, but focusing on what does work and has worked for years. So it's kind of like where I'm at because I've been kind of like trying to figure out new ways to do things, and I don't think that that necessarily is the most efficient way to do things sometimes. So I'm just gonna kind of step back and go back to how I was doing things. I'm gonna throw more Facebook parties, do like the simple giveaways, things like that, just to be able to draw people in and just be authentic because my story has power, and just making sure like sharing my story and my testimony and why I'm in this is like so important. And I've recently started really just focusing on repeat sharing my story. Sometimes I feel like I'm on like a broken record or something like that because I'm like just constantly sharing my story, but it's working. Like I have people reaching out to me and they're like, "Hey, like what did you do?" And so having that reminder that use your story. Don't like think that just because you have shared it multiple times on Facebook or whatever network you're using doesn't mean that you can't keep sharing it and that new people aren't seeing it every single time. Or even if you're the same people seeing it, sometimes it just takes that many times to see it to register with them that, hey, like I could like change that for me. So just constant reminder that we are blessed with an amazing business that, and also I wrote this down and I forgot, almost said it. I
Yeah.
love that our company focuses on root health and like getting to the root, not just throwing out all these like big fad um things that are products that are like the new fad type stuff. I love that we are focusing on like root health and they pour into their products and what is also wanted but is needed and fixes things to the like at the root instead of just like, oh, here, offer this. Just because and they take it serious. And I just love that. And so like using that to our ability to be able to reach as many people and help them, that's like key. So that's basically my main takeaway is just going back to like my old roots with things. With some stuff, having a fresh mindset of walking into a new year, growing new growth, and just being able to be authentic and share my story.
Yay, yes. I love all that. I'm so proud of you. And it like I love your mindset right now. It's so good. And it reminded me of what you were saying about like just doing the things that worked. It doesn't have to be new things and focusing on silver. Katie, what on our trip, she was talking about the 12-week year of something she had read in there about how he mentions or he talks about like most people like it's not the plan or it's not the plan that you have that's wrong, it's that you don't execute it
Mm.
correctly or not or what how did he say that, Katie? You say it. You said it better. Wait, you're not unmuted.
Mine says it's unmuted. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it must have been mine.
Okay.
Go for it.
Basically, what we're doing, like the plan that we have in action, how we got to where we are in Plexus, it still works. It's just that we've stopped doing it or we're not doing it consistently. So we're not going to have an accurate lay of the land of what something people can create a lot of wonderful plans and they will work. But the problem is that like 2 weeks in or a week in, they stop doing it. And so if you can actually stick with something for 90 days, it's going to work. It's like it's proven. We've all proven it. And so just it's not our plan that's failing, it's us sticking with the plan. So
Yes. So key.
who did you want to go next, Joe?
Leanne, you want to go next, and then Katie, you can be after her. Does that sound good? Am I breaking up? Can you all hear me? I am breaking up. You can hear me?
You're not
Okay, good.
breaking
Because
me.
okay, great. Okay, Leanne, you're next. Thank you so much for being willing to hop on and share. And would love to hear just kind of like the similar as Lexi of like your favorite takeaway, the mindset shift that you had, and then the action you're going to take as a result of what you took away from Super Saturday.
Okay, so oddly enough, my favorite was Alec Clark. And I know that sounds weird because a lot of people think that he's kind of dry, but I am a list person and I'm a very big list person. So when he started in and was talking about the to-do list and the doing list and the done list, that I can't even begin to explain to you how much of a burden that took off of me because my to-do list is huge. And it was like I keep marking and then I keep adding and marking off and adding. And it was just so overwhelming. And so I actually started today and here's my 3 lists right here. And I already have my doing list for tomorrow ready to go. And it just really just helped take that pressure off. And because one of the things he said is our to-do list is usually long and very overwhelming. Our doing list is where belief is built and rebuilt. And it was so true as I was going through it today. I was like, okay, I got to mark that off. That was a big thing, but I marked it off. And I had those 3 things. And then the done list is proof that hard work counts. And I have actually 11 things on my done list from today. So it was like, and some of them are little, but some of them are big. So that just, I don't know, that I even told Betsy because she was asking me too. And I was like, that's just what stood out the most to me. And then just his ideas that he said about the three things Plexus is doing: strengthening the foundation, clarity of strategy, and investing in people. And it was just like, wow, that's amazing that our company is like that. So my mindset shift, I've been struggling just a lot of life, as all of you know. And it's just been really hard. And like Lexi, my points have dropped really low. I'm adding people, but not retaining. So, but one of the people said, I think it was, I don't remember who it was, but might have been Charles, actually. Elevation belongs to those who choose to grow. And my word or words for this year is choices matter. And every single choice that I make matters. And if I'm going to elevate my business, I have to choose to grow and just realize that progress isn't always going to be perfect, but it's believing, and just believing that with God's help and the community that we have, that I can do it. And the action steps that I'm going to take, I actually have been meeting with Nick Clark. He's my, whatever they're called, field, whatever. So the first thing he had me do is do an IPA sheet. Well, I did one and I just kept getting overwhelmed because I was doing the same thing over. So I was like, I'm going to do a different one. And I changed it up so that I'm doing different things each day. So like today was content day. I spent all day. I have my whole weeks of content done. It's like, oh, it's so amazing. And it was hard. It was long, but now I'm done with it. And I don't have to stress over that all week long. It's already done. And then tomorrow is team and customer care, and new connections and outreach on day 3, systems and prep, and so on. Anyway, don't let me explain it all, but just that being consistent in those daily actions. And I think it's really going to help me to have the block timing instead of doing, because the new messages, that like freaks me out. And if I have to do that every single day, I'm not going to do it. And I haven't been. So this way I have one day that's just new messages. That's what I'm working on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And also working on the power of 3, same as Lexi, getting those silvers, because I have to get some new business builders.
Okay, that's so smart. That I love that you have, like, you know how you work and to group it in a way. You're still doing all the same things. It's just that you have focused it into these buckets of each day. And so, way to go. Like, I love that so much. And the listing, yes, that was so good. And like, so like, yeah, I agree. Like, I love that so much because it can be such a burden of like the endless to-do list, and just knowing that like you are working on things. If you are working on things, you are going to mark them off, and like you're in action, and that's what counts, is like taking that action. And so good. I'm just so excited for what 2026 is going to bring for your business. Thank you so much for sharing that, Leanne. Katie, you want to go for it and share your things?
Yes, thank you. I loved what he said, piggybacking off Leanne, about how like the doing or the done list, it gets there, but we don't really think about it, about all the work that we did. Like just taking a minute to look at everything you actually did get done and being like, wow, I got all this done, versus just being like, okay, still got to get back to my to-do list. Like it just helps you remember to celebrate, because it's still a win. All the things are a win. And I just thought that was really good. Super Saturday is one of my favorite things that we do. It's where I was first inspired as a silver ambassador. I remember going to Super Saturday all by myself in Alabama, and I just remember hearing all the things, and for the first time, like seeing other people other than Joanna on the screen. Like I hadn't met anybody in real life other than Joanna, but like in Plexus. And that I just was so inspired by what they said, and the belief that it grew in me by being in person. I went gold that month, and I remember it just was like a pivotal time for my business. Like I made the decisions there, the inspiration was there, my belief grew, I put action behind it, and my business started like truly growing after Super Saturday. Um, and I think that like they said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like Sheila Medina, hers was very basic, right? So basic. Like we know all the things. And it was really fun to see all the money, because like cha-ching, there's a lot of money out there to have. Like we have so many bonuses going on. But it all breaks down to just like the power of 3, the power of 3. And I know for me, like wanting larger leaders or like going after bigger goals or whatever seems like maybe more, I don't know, it seems better or something. But literally, if we got so fixated on just going silver, um, our businesses will never be the same, because if we get so good at that one thing and teach everybody else to do that and make it so normal and so simple, and we're just so like streamlined with going silver, our teams like she showed how fast that growth can happen. Like that is what we're going to be having in reality. And that makes me so excited because we've done that before. Like when I went to Silver Stars, I had 12 silvers in 1 month, like 8 of those personal, like 8 personal. I was like, and that when Deb did not earn silver stars, but she had 17 in 1 month. Like we've done this before. Like we were really good at it. It's just kind of forgetting some of the basic building.
Her internet must have cut out. She'll be right back, I'm sure. Um, Silvers. Yes.
Sorry. Can you see
Give
me?
her a sec. There she is. Okay,
My phone
hey.
just- Okay. Basically, it just was a good reminder to get back to the basics and to just do the things that we know to do and stop making it harder than what it is. I think, can you hear me at all? Okay, my screen, it must be me that keeps cutting in and out. So
We
that's
can
my
hear you
nutshell.
though.
Just do the things that we know. Okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah, it was good. It was just a
So good. I love that. And I think just keeping it simple for you, like Leanne simplified it of like, she's just doing this day, this day, like whatever works for you. But I was telling Katie too, like, that is like my number one thing is like getting someone silver. And so all like every day that I'm working, I'm like, okay, that's like number one. And so then my brain is helping me think of actions to take. And then that to get that result. And so I'm setting up parties for people. I'm like the things that are going to help my new people go silver or current people go silver. Also, y'all, drop a congrats to Vanessa or cheer her on. She's one person away from going silver. She signed up 2 people last week, and I'm so excited for her. She needs 1 more, and she will be fast start silver. And she's
Thank
all
you.
in. Yeah, you're welcome. She is hopefully coming to convention, which reminds me, if you have someone, well, first of all, like convention is like a must. They talked about it at Super Saturday. They have a $75, 75, yeah, special for people. But if you're a newer brand ambassador, you can get it for $49. Which, so if you have someone on your team that's like I told Vanessa yesterday, I was like, you have to come to convention. And so she can get the $49 deal, which is insane. Such an amazing deal. So just to let your people know, the $75 deal is for people who are older, like in the business, but that ends January 31st. So make sure you get in on that. Me and Katie both realized we hadn't registered because we were like, we were gonna be icons and get it for free. And so we never registered, but then we also never earned icons. So we were like, oh, we forgot. In our brain, we thought we had registered because we almost always do. As soon as convention's over, we register for the next year, but we didn't. So we registered like at Super Saturday. So just in case you thought you were registered and you're not, go get registered. But okay, my favorite takeaway was, I mean, this was my favorite Super Saturday to date, which I say that every year, but it's true every year. But my favorite was the Emerald. Oh, now I forget her name. Autumn. Autumn's story. I just thought that was so inspiring to hear how she went Ruby and then fell. Well, first of all, just how she like decided to do the business. Her mom was so cute. She was in the front row filming her as she was on stage, and it was the cutest thing because she talked about her mom, how her mom asked her to go with her, and then her husband was like, your mom is always there for you, you should do it. So she did it, and that's how she like caught the vision. But her mom was like, oh, I'm gonna cry, like I heard her say that, and like it was just like so cute. But she caught the vision by going on a trip, so like events trips, like those are huge. um and then she went Ruby quickly, and then felt like she earned her first like trip. from that, but then she like fell way back to like 183 points. So Ruby is 500 points. She fell way back down to like 183, which is way more than half of her business declined, and didn't earn the next trip and was like just really struggling with her mindset. Yeah, Vanessa, you totally can. But what was I gonna say? Oh, but then like she just decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. And we always say this, everything's figure outable. Um, and she just started to rebuild and just got into action. And then the most like inspiring part to me was the fact that she just went Emerald in November. And she went from senior Ruby points in October to Emerald in November. It was insane. Like she doubled her business through the messenger parties because she just had everyone do a messenger party. And I actually talked to her and was like, can you talk to me about how you do these? And so she shared some tips with me, and I can share them with you all. But and nothing, it wasn't even anything amazing, honestly, what she shared. Like it was just like what we're already doing. Basically, there's a few tweaks that I thought were so smart, like how she talked about how when she does the messenger parties, she gets everyone who's coming to the party before the party actually starts. She gets them all into three-way chats with the person who invited them. And I just think that's really smart because it's all about connecting, finding out like what are their health goals, why are they excited to come to the party and learn more, and just getting to know them and establishing that's a, I don't know what, establishing that connection so that after then you do the party and then you help follow up. You already have that connection versus like the other way around. I think it's really smart to start off with the three-way chats instead of creating them after the party. So that's kind of a tweak that she did that I've never done. Mostly that was it though. I mean, they're just like, we've all done like a million messenger parties. They're all very similar. They're 15, 20 minutes, similar format. But that was my favorite thing. There's just and also just encouraging, like it's not like rocket science, like it's so simple. You just have to be in action, be willing to just go do the things. Also, well, yeah, that was really it. I mean, the doctor, the what's it called? The creatine. I'm so excited about like all the things we learned about it, how like the cognitive function of like, especially how he mentioned like if after like a bad night's sleep or you didn't get a lot of sleep, taking 8 grams of creatine can help offset the negative effects of that. And I was like, okay, where has this been all my life? All these years of like not sleeping postpartum and everything. So excited for that. And for also for like all my postpartum, I have so many postpartum mom friends, like out the wazoo on my Facebook. And like, I'm really excited to have this new tool to offer. And also Katie and I, we're like, we're getting shredded. We're going to be so fit this year. So yay for that. I have found the best way to mix it up personally that I prefer is in a protein smoothie because of the like I can still taste some of it in like pink drink, although in the orange one I didn't taste it. In the black cherry lime I did taste it because I did that today and I was like, I don't love it. I just like my pink drink flavor by itself. And so just a tip, if like after like if it bothers you, I blend blend it in a protein drink and it really helps. I also, if whatever you put it in, it's way easier to get it all mixed up if you blend it, or if you have like a powerful hand mixer frother thing, because it's like, and it's not our creatine, it's just creatine in general is harder to mix in. It has nothing to do with like our formula or anything. It's just like the fact that of what it is. And so if you just kind of know that, and then when you have, oops, my light went off. But when you have customers who get it, then you can kind of help walk them through that. But anyway, Vanessa, go ahead. Do you want to unmute and say what you were going to say?
Yeah, so I hate selling anything. I'm a teacher, but this was my last resort when I have been struggling with lupus for 4 years, hysterectomy. I have 2 teenage sons and 1 in middle school. And I've tried everything, even after the hysterectomy, I'm still having every other week cramping, extreme bloating. All it took away was the bleeding. So this was my last resort. And I was like, Lord, if it's your will, it's your will. And this worked. And I literally didn't believe it. So I kept going. And I was like, nah, this is not right. It can't be working. Anyway, my whole conviction with starting this and seeing how it has helped me. While we've been on the phone right now, I actually just got my husband's package in. I'm going to have my oldest son has severe eczema his whole life. He's 16. He just turned 16. Severe allergies, severe asthma. And so I said, I'm starting you on the ProBio because I saw all of the testimony. So that's going to be another aspect of my story that I can talk about. But my main conviction with this, and I say conviction because God has brought it upon me, that I want to help others. I guess it's the teacher aspect of my heart, but this helped me get relief. And even if there was no business money involved, like it's kind of like sharing the gospel. You have a gift that Jesus gave to you, and you want to share that with others because you want to see other people get saved. That's the same thing with this for me, is just to see others get well. So I'm really praying it helps my oldest son. He doesn't complain much, but he's miserable, like all the time, itchy, covered in it, head to toe, plays football. So I don't know, I guess maybe just prayer. And that's the best thing we can do, right? So just prayer that the Lord would bring people my way who need the help and for them to get relief is how I'm looking at the business aspect of it, and also sharing my testimony of how it helped me. And I know that's going to help the most because people can grasp that, as well as I heard someone say when I was watching a video I think you sent to me. The business video of how people want to know, they don't want to know the train, but they want to know the destination. That was huge for me. So 90% on the relief I've had and what it has done for me, and then 10% of the other things. And that really, I'm going to put that into practice. I think that will help a lot. And I'm just thankful for you ladies. So that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I cannot wait to meet you at convention. We've only known each other online. And so, isn't she so sweet? She's my new business builder. I just love her. So I am so happy for you and I did not know that about your son with eczema. So I'm so excited for him to try that because absolutely it's gonna help so much. Yay. Okay. Well, we are at the end. So we're gonna wrap it up. Don't forget also that the last day to order for the 21-day Glow Up Challenge that we have starts on the 19th. Last day to order for that would be like the 14th, latest 15th, depending on, some people get their stuff really fast. You know, if you kind of know that around the country, like people near corporate or their different like locations they have, their warehouses. Like my sister got her stuff in like 2 days or something from the flash sale, and I was like, what? It took me like 8 days to get my stuff. And so kind of depending on that, you could potentially do like the 15th. But we want them to get their stuff before it starts on the 19th. It's going to be so good. We're going to have like, it's not just like taking the products. We're also including like some nutrition stuff. We're going to be moving our bodies. We're going to be talking about, just all over, like it's just gonna be really fun. And also of course we're gonna have prizes. We do that every challenge. So it's gonna be a really great community too, and helping people just have like that accountability and encouraging them to stick with it. And so anyway, thanks so much for hopping on. Right after this at 6 p.m. Pacific time / 9 p.m. Eastern, we're doing our new VIP call. So if you need to go remind some people to hop on, go do that, and we'll see you back here, same link at 9 p.m. Thanks.